It's Thursday, May the 19th, I guess, and we've spent the entire day, Trish and I have spent the entire day in Oshawa packing up my office and lab and storage room and anyways, so we didn't take a look at what they were doing or anything else, so come along and see what has occurred. We're expecting that most of the work will be completed with just a minimum of materials to actually finish up tomorrow, perhaps. But we'll have to see what's happening. So I can see that the corners haven't been finished yet, but everything else here in the foyer seems to be okay. You can hear the fans and dehumidifiers going. Again, the corners at the top aren't finished. Corners here are basically done. Need a sanding job, I guess. Going into Trish's studio. Again, the corners seem to be unfinished. Maybe that's the last thing that they do everywhere. And nothing has changed in here from what I can see. So this is the storage room. And moving into the hallway. Above the door is finished, but the ceiling corners are not. And the corner here is not. They've done a good job of closing off over the light switch there. Here, so the angle at the bottom of the stairs is now finished over. So it's been sealed up. My office hasn't changed. Again, corners in the ceiling, but also in corners of the room are incomplete, but everything else is done. In the laundry room, same deal. So you can see these corners are still incomplete, but everything else seems to be at the finished stage. And the same thing in the bathroom here. Noisy, and it's windy in there. Small little space with a big big fan going. Alright, let's go upstairs and see what things look like up there. Alright, so the pieces that we were seeing that were incomplete yesterday have now been sealed over, and they look like they're at final stage. The corners are still incomplete, at least from my perspective, and that's both sides of the stairway, so things are looking pretty good. Oh, and the space that I messed up severely, so right there, last week had been fixed. I talked to them about it this morning when I opened up for them. And now you get a sense of what the finished space is going to look like. Much more finished kind of aesthetic. So that'll be where the mini split head will be found to be providing fresh air, but also air conditioned air when we need that. So the top angle has been completed. The bottom angle has been completed. from corner to corner. It looks like this is where they finished working, because the mud here is not, I don't know if you can see that, the gray compared to the white is wet. So this is the last angle that they completed, and they finished that one at the top and the ones on the sides as well. Well, the one on the sides were done earlier, but that's just a taping job. So these angles at the top and the bottom of the room were the ones that needed to be finished. And the same thing in the bathroom here. So they're working on the mudding there at that angle and that angle and there and there. They're all wet, so they're the last ones that were completed yesterday or today, earlier today. And the same thing here in the master bedroom. So it looks like throughout the entire house, basically the corners need to be finished, and I suspect that that's what they're going to do tomorrow. Every inside corner. So the outside corners are done. So here's an example of an outside corner, and sure they're a little bit rough, but that's going to be taken care of by sanding. But the inside corner, so there's one all the way to the roof, and then if you follow the line of the ceiling all the way up to the top corner, you'll see that it's not as wide and not as feathered. You can see the feathering technique here, where the tape has disappeared because the mud has been drawn across it so smoothly. And so now it appears, even though it's going to have a very, very slight bulge to it, it appears to be one plane, one level, without a bulge in it at all. I wonder if we can actually see a little bit of bulge if we look sideways on the wall. Not really. That's the way that the actual work goes. So they have to feather all of those seams in the corners, the 90-degree corners that they haven't done yet. I suspect that that's what they're going to do tomorrow, and that's how they'll finish off the work in the house. So that hopefully will be very, very good news, so that early next week they can start bringing in windows and finishing off trim, because at the end of the week, next week Friday, so a week from tomorrow, we have to have at least an office ready so that I can move all the electronic equipment in that's coming from my office and the lab down in Oshawa. So we'll be doing that on Friday and moving things into the actual office space downstairs. I'll bring you up to date as these things are going. I think I'll complete this one with a segment from tomorrow as well, showing you that they have finished all of those pieces that I was pointing out today. But we're getting very, very close to finishing off the drywalling, and we're getting closer to the point where Patricia can start painting, at least with the undercoat, the walls. Good news. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Okay, it's Friday, May the 20th. We've spent the entire day in Oshawa and got the lab in my office cleaned up. And here we're to see what they accomplished in terms of finishing the drywall. They did a little bit, Trish.
What?
A little feathered, but it's still not finished.
Yeah.
But that's the only one there.
Yeah, but those are. I'm gonna put this in
That one's
here.
not done.
I'm gonna put this in your office with your pictures.
when we did a little bit of that in here. Still unfinished though.
What?
This corner's still unfinished. Like this is a little bit. Cloud of dust comes up. So I don't know what they spent their day on.
What?
Corners aren't done here either. Don't know what they spent their day on. Let's see if it's different upstairs. That corner isn't.
Oh, it's different with the scaffolding on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. That is done. But that is not. That is done. But that is not. So I don't know what they did today. Well, they did smooth out, and there were, this was pretty rough
Some of the corners?
2 days ago. And so I think they did a lot of sanding. Oh, the corners here are done, Trish. All the way around. See how different it looks?
Yeah.
You can see the 90-degree angles there. Less than 90 degrees angle there. 90s there. And greater than. No, I guess those less than and that one's greater than. But anyways.
Not here though.
Nope. Well, there though, Trish.
Yeah.
That's done.
Not
Up in the
here.
corner. Yeah, up in the corner. The 90 degrees are not. So are they just going to leave them that way? I don't know. Again, these angles at the top are finished. You can see that the mud is still drying.
Yeah. No, they're not going to leave them.
And here as well.
No.
So then they're coming back
Obviously all the
on
stuff.
Tuesday
there.
or
So
tomorrow.
They've got a sander.
Yeah. Well, that's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
You can see
Sanding.
all of the dust that's on the floor. It's just everywhere in here. And the goop that's sitting on every surface. I was hoping that it would be done, but it's not. Moving in that direction, but not quite finished. So it'll be really tight next week. Anyways, so I'm going to incorporate this with yesterday's and get it posted. We're really close, probably 1 day out from having everything finished in terms of drywall. But not quite yet. So we'll talk to you soon.